You don't need better ideas. You don't need to be more creative. You're just approaching content the wrong way. And that's because the best type of content was never created. It was captured, or in a sense, documented. And once you understand that, everything about how you show up online starts to change. Now, I'm sure that we've all seen on social media, especially those who are looking to getting into content creation, the phrase document over create. In today's video, that is exactly what we are going to be talking about and understanding what that even means. Now, most people sit down and ask themselves, what should I post today? And that question alone is the problem, because now you're trying to force something that doesn't exist. You're trying to be clever or valuable or entertaining on demand. But real stories don't work like that. Creating is forcing ideas. Documenting is capturing reality. And the truth is, stories don't come from thinking. They come from living. The best pieces of content you've ever watched probably weren't overthought. They were moments that were real, that were felt, that were actually happening in someone's life. I'll give you a perfect example. Just the other day, my friend Kyla, she turned 24. And instead of celebrating it in a typical way, she decided to run 24 kilometers with her friends.
Good morning, everybody. Today is my 24th birthday, and praise God for another successful year. This morning, we're going to be doing something difficult, but it's something that I really wanted to try. We're going to be running 24 kilometers, and this is the longest distance I've ever done, so please pray for me. Because we all know there's only 2 rules on your birthday. 1 is calories don't count, eat whatever you want, and 2, run your age. So come run 24 kilometers with me.
We took a pee break 2 kilometers in.
We're not going to talk about it.
Well, we're going back.
Halfway check-in.
We just hit 24, 2-4, longest run ever. I can't feel my legs.
Nothing about that was content driven. She didn't plan a script. She didn't structure anything. She didn't try to make this viral moment. She just documented it. She picked up her phone that morning and recorded like this 2-minute sort of intro where she just told the camera what she was going to do today. And then throughout the day, she recorded clips of her and her friends running. And she continued talking to the camera throughout the run and then sent me about 20 minutes of footage afterwards. And when I received all this footage, I was thinking I was going to create something out of nothing. But instead, I was going to find the story that already existed inside of what she captured. And this is where everything clicked, because when I went through the footage, I wasn't thinking like a creator. I was trying my best to think like a storyteller. And this was sort of my process. The first thing I noticed was that she shot a lot, but the final video didn't need a lot. And there's a paradox there. Shoot more, but keep the edit more concise. Because in the end, I took 20 minutes of footage and turned it into this 1-minute video. And that's because storytelling isn't about how much you include. It's about what you choose to leave out. Less is more when you understand what actually matters. The second thing was the balance between B-roll and talking, the movement, the running, the environment, the energy. That's what makes you feel something. But the talking is what gives it meaning. So without her speaking to the camera, it's just a run, and vice versa. Without the visuals, it's just words. You kind of need both to create this full story. And the third thing, and this is subtle but powerful, is how we sped up this story at the beginning. She's talking, explaining what she's about to do, but instead of just showing her talking, I layered in footage of her already running. So while she's speaking, you're already seeing the journey unfold. And what that does is it compresses time. It pulls the viewer forward. It makes the story feel like it's already in motion. And then the biggest lesson of all, compression is storytelling. We didn't add anything. We didn't force anything. We simply took what was there, refined it 20 minutes down to 1 minute. And that 1 minute felt real. It felt engaging. It felt like something people could actually connect to. And that's because it wasn't created. It was documented. But a bit of a side note, I had actually asked her to send me a clip of her eating because she had mentioned that on your birthday, calories don't matter. And thankfully, she had a video of her eating. It wasn't on the same day, but the visuals alone helped really narrate, or rather visualize, that part of her monologue. That was the only part that was quote unquote forced. But now I want to address the mindset shift that needs to occur if you aren't already doing the documenting over forcing content. You have to stop asking yourself, what content should I make? And start asking yourself, what am I already doing that's worth capturing? Because right now in your life, there are stories happening every single day. You're just not recognizing them. You're living them, but you're not documenting them. And instead, you wait until later, you sit down and try to recreate something, and never really hits the same way. You have to shift from being a performer to being an observer, from being a creator to being a storyteller, from forcing moments to noticing them. And the biggest one, you have to stop trying to be interesting and start just doing things that are interesting. Because when you do something real, something challenging, something meaningful, the story is already built in. You don't have to manufacture it. So how do you actually do this? It's much simpler than people think. First, you need to capture before you understand. Don't wait until you have this perfect idea or the perfect angle. Just hit record. Even if it doesn't make sense yet, most of the time the meaning comes afterwards. Second, talk through your moments. Don't just film what's happening, explain it. What are you doing? Why does this matter? How do you feel? That's where the story starts to actually form. And third, get variety. Shoot wide shots, close-ups, movement, stillness, talking, you name it. You're not creating a video in that moment, but you're collecting the ingredients. And finally, find the story after. Once everything is captured, then you ask, what changed? What was the challenge? What did this actually mean? Because that's when you piece it together. Most people are trying to create something that doesn't exist, but the best stories, they already happened. You just didn't press record. So next time, don't force the moment. Live it and document it. If you're new to this channel, my name is Justin Pasqua. I talk all things content creation, personal branding, but more importantly, helping people lean into their stories. If you want more content like this, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Share it with a friend if you learned something new today. Hit that like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.